I have a long, jagged scar running down my face. Adrian says I'm disgusting. He doesn't know that scar is the price I paid to save his life. But when he wrapped his arm around the campus queen and humiliated me in front of everyone, I finally regretted it. I have a long, jagged scar running down my face. Adrian says I'm disgusting. He doesn't know that scar is the price I paid to save his life. But when he wrapped his arm around the campus queen and humiliated me in front of everyone, I finally regretted it. Chapter 1. Freshman Orientation. Adrian stood on the podium, delivering his speech. He was radiant, confident, commanding the attention of the entire auditorium. I clapped until my palms stung, cheering louder than anyone else. But then, the whispers started. Cold, sharp, venomous. Who is that? That scar on her face. It's a nightmare. Does she have some kind of disease? Gross. Is she seriously crushing on the speaker? That's hilarious. She's delusional. I was used to it. The stares, the comments, the way people recoiled. I bit my lip and tugged a lock of hair forward, trying to hide the jagged line that marred my face. Last night, Adrian had panicked. He needed help with his speech. I stayed up all night writing it, handing it to him only this morning. Watching him now, speaking so fluently, so charismatically, I was genuinely happy for him. He finished to thunderous applause and walked down the steps, basking in the adoration. Oh my god, he's so hot. Girls around me were practically swooning. I saw Adrian walking toward me and uncapped the water bottle it brought. He'd been talking for ages. He had to be parched. His health was a glass house, always ready to shatter. I took a step forward. He didn't stop at me. He walked right past me, in front of Harper. I recognized her. Another freshman. The girl everyone was already calling the campus queen. Gasps of I ship it. And they're perfect, erupted around us. Adrian smiled that easy, charming smile and extended his hand to Harper. Ready? Let's grab lunch. My hand, holding the water bottle, froze in mid-air. He didn't even look at me. Not a glance. He looked right through me as they walked past me. Hand in hand, I heard Harper's voice. Sweet and curious. Do you know her? The one with the nightmare face? She was screaming for you. Adrian's reply was casual, indifferent, a knife to the gut. Just someone from high school. She's been obsessed with me for years, honestly. Looking at her face makes me sick. Looking at her face makes me sick. Laughter rippled through the crowd. I stood there like a clown, the water bottle heavy in my hand, replaying those words in my head. He had been cool toward me lately, distant. But this was the first time I'd heard him say it out loud. The disgust. The revulsion. The crowd dispersed. The quad emptied. And then, the pain hit me. A physical, jagged ache in my chest. I didn't know when Adrian and Harper got together. I pulled out my phone and checked his social media. Blocked. I checked his bio. It had changed. Finally caught the girl who took my breath away. He forgot. He forgot about the 5-year-old boy who once cupped my face in his small hands, offering me a daisy. You're so pretty, he had said, his eyes wide and sincere. You're the prettiest person I've ever seen. Can we be besties forever? I could still hear the tone of his voice, clear, sweet, and completely gone. Chapter 2. After that day, he became my shadow. He skipped lunch for weeks to buy me rhinestone hair clips. When bullies cornered me, he threw the first punch, not caring if he got beat up in the process. We went to high schools on opposite sides of the city, but that didn't stop him. Every Friday night, he'd bike 10 miles across the city just to see me. I'd walk out the school gates and there he'd be, leaning against the old oak tree, sweating, panting, but his eyes crinkling into that smile that made my knees weak. Young love is a wildfire, bright, consuming, impossible to hide. He wore his adoration for me like a crown now. He wore his disgust the same way. But here's the punchline he doesn't know. The scar? The one he can't stand to look at? I bought it for him. Senior year, Adrian got sick, osteosarcoma, bone cancer. It was aggressive. The doctors gave him a death sentence. He wouldn't make it to Christmas. Even his parents had started making funeral arrangements. Their hope crushed under the weight of clinical reality, but I refused to accept it. My family guards a secret, an ancient, dark trade passed down through generations of women. We can trade our beauty for the life of the one we love. I sealed the pact. Overnight, Adrian's cancer vanished. His charts cleared. The doctors called it a medical miracle, and overnight, my face split open. A jagged, angry scar carved itself across my skin. My features dulled, my glow extinguished. I went from the girl everyone wanted to be, to the monster everyone avoided. I torched my modeling portfolio. I gave up my dreams, my future, everything just to keep him alive, just to protect the bond we had since we were 5. But from the moment my face changed, he pulled away. He couldn't even look me in the eye. He kept taking my time, my effort, my devotion, but he stopped seeing me. He felt entitled to my sacrifice without ever knowing the cost. For years, I'd warmed myself on the cold ashes of our memories. But today, I finally regretted saving him. My phone buzzed in my hand. The 3 dots of a typing indicator bubbled on the screen. Adrian, Patrick says my speech was solid. He wants to push me for the state championship. I need another draft. Have it on my desk in 3 days. The tone was familiar, entitled, demanding. The same tone he used when he ordered me to fetch his coffee. I let out a cold, sharp laugh. I typed back, my thumbs hitting the glass hard. Are your hands broken? If you can't write your own speech, don't enter the competition. You're pathetic. Block. It was the first time since his diagnosis that I had said no. A rush of adrenaline spiked through my veins, hot and electric. It felt like oxygen. My phone rang instantly. I answered. Evangeline? Did you seriously just block me? Adrian's voice was shaking with rage. What is your problem? Stop acting crazy and write the speech. In the past, I would have folded. I would have worried about his stress levels, his health. Not today. I screamed into the receiver, louder than he ever dared. Who says I can't block you? And who gave you the right to scream at me? I fired back, my voice trembling with suppressed rage. Silence on the other end. He was stunned. He had never heard me raise my voice. The doormat had grown teeth. Listen closely. Adrian, I'm formally telling you. We are done. Don't call me. Don't text me. You're dead to me. I ended the call. I blocked his number. I blocked his socials. I erased him from my digital life. I took a deep breath, chest heaving. Then, I felt it. A strange sensation pricked at my cheek. The scar, it was itching. Chapter 3. I fished out my pocket mirror. The scar tissue, usually a dead, pale white, was flush pink. It was pulsating. I frowned, touching it gingerly. It felt warm, but my stomach growled, interrupting my analysis.